Now, there's 3 realms of wealth. No, there's 4 realms of wealth. Please write this down. Please write this down. There's 4 realms of wealth. Wealth is either created, inherited, borrowed, or stolen. That's the 4 ways I know wealth comes. Wealth is either created, inherited, borrowed, or stolen. Now, let me give you some words that people who are successful will talk, or words they will say. And this is how you can identify people who are successful and people who are... Okay. This is how you can identify people who are going places and people who are still slaves. Now, what I'm going to say is going to almost be a dividing line, not in a bad sense. It's going to make you know the way you're thinking. So you are destined to rule, not conform. And the problem is you conform to something that you're bigger than. And so now to break you out of that box, it requires a different way of thinking. Now, let me give you this example of what I mean, because it's going to sound real strong. Words you will never hear very successful people say. And I promise you, today, you will change your talk. Come on, I want to hear you this morning. I said, you will change your talk. Words you will never hear successful people say. Now, please do, hey, what I'm saying now, do not twist this. Process it. Successful people, really successful people, do not earn money. They make money. Anytime you talk about purpose, excess has to be there for you to do it. And so if you focus on need, you'll never get to your purpose. And so if we had a giant scale put before you now this morning, and you was to put need in one hand and purpose in the other, I want to ask you this question. What do you think would weigh the most? Purpose or need? So then, why then do you not? Now, this is where maturity comes in. You have to take it that your need is always met. You have to have that mindset to do your purpose. Because if not, the need becomes the excuse for you to not do your purpose. Could it be that you look so different in your future that when your past stands before you, it doesn't even recognize you? What you've gone through, what God's brought you through, all of those who said it couldn't happen, who said it wouldn't happen, you even look different because you're in the full manifestation of what God has promised. You know the reason why? Because when your future sees your past, your future says, I'm not going there. But when your past sees your future, it realizes it can't come there. And that's why some of you, you've been, oh my goodness, you've been disconnected from some people who are not part of your future. You realize they stood in the way of your destiny. And God allowed circumstances to separate them from you. Now you can accelerate and get to where you're going.